Did you happen to know that there is a secret connection from Simeon to Franklin depending on the state in which Franklin delivers the car in the Franklin and Lamar mission there at Simeon's dealership? That's right, there's a lot of stuff in GTA 5 that many people don't know about. And today I'm bringing you a part 2 of the video of all the possibilities of the GTA 5 mission. Instead of talking about all the possibilities of all missions, I've already made a video here on the channel showing all the possibilities of the prologue for example. And now I'm going to bring you all the possibilities of the Franklin and Lamar mission with different things and different ways of doing these things. So if you enjoyed the channel, leave a like and subscribe right at the beginning of this video to show your support, and let's get started. For those who are not aware or don't remember off the top of their head, right after the prologue we have the mission Franklin and Lamar. You don't even have time to choose, it starts automatically with that cutscene where Lamar asks Michael if he knows the house with the yellow wall or staircase, something like that, and then Michael responds and the mission starts with us having to steal 2 cars. There are a lot of things we can do in this mission that we can test and see what we can do, what we can't, what makes a difference and what doesn't. Ready? Let's go. The first thing here is that the gameplay starts as soon as Franklin closes the gate, and then I tried to go back here to see if we could find Michael and interact with him in some way. However, as soon as you turn around, instead of following towards the car, if you turn and look to where Michael should be, you see that Michael is no longer there, the character simply disappeared. And also, besides that, you can't leave this area, you can't even open the gate, and the function of jumping, like jumping the wall, etc. is not enabled. You can even use the no-clip mod to go to where Michael was, but you will get there and the seat will be empty. So since we couldn't go back to where Michael was, let's now go to the front here, which would be, what happens if we don't choose the vehicle? First off, Lamar will keep complaining with several lines because Lamar wants you to choose a vehicle, no matter if it's the red one or the white vehicle. And if you don't choose either of them, Lamar will simply get into one of the cars saying this dialogue here.
Come to daddy. Which one you want, nigga?
Making decisions. It's business 101. Come on, homie. It ain't this complicated. You always was old choosy, motherfucker.
Only child.
If you choose any of the cars, he will deliver a different dialogue for each car you choose. For example, if you choose the white car, he will say this.
Oh, you balling hard with the drop top, huh?
I might just be.
Whatever, nigga. It ain't gonna make you go no faster. Hit me on the speakerphone, I'm moving.
And if you choose the red car, he's gonna say this.
Damn, this motherfucker got robo-roof and everything, nigga.
He should have paid the nizzo.
Man, you gotta grind to keep that shit. Now it's back on us.
Hell yeah, I wanna see what it do. Hey, hit me on the speakerphone, Lord.
Oh, it's like that? For sure, homie.
But overall, so choosing one car or another doesn't change much. If you get here and try to destroy the car, it can really be a shot in the dark. I think if you give 3 or 4 kicks, it will be enough for the mission to fail, which is a failure because even if you start the race and hit the vehicle, the mission will not fail because the car was damaged. But if you hit the car while it's stopped, the mission fails and like it won't make much sense, but anyway. And then after that, there's a really cool thing that many people didn't notice, which if I'm not mistaken, this even appears in GTA 5 Trailer 1, or is it in Trailer 2, which is the following. In the trailer, it shows an NPC as soon as the characters are stealing this vehicle in the trailer, an NPC appears who would supposedly be the owner of the vehicle. Here in the game, if you get inside one of the cars, no matter which one, and simply wait, this NPC will appear and start fighting with Franklin because he is the owner of the vehicle. You won't fail the mission if you hit this guy or kill him. It will continue as normal. The only thing you have to do after defeating this guy is to catch up with Lamar. Another thing I tried to do is as soon as I got in the car, then try to call Lamar directly using the cell phone to see if instead of them talking through the speakerphone, what happens in this mission, because I don't know why this isn't available in other parts of the game and such. It's only in this mission. But anyway, if you try to pull out the phone or anything like that, it won't work, so it's easier to just leave it alone. It was just a futile attempt. And then we come to some stuff that happens here during this journey until the end of the mission. One of the things you need to know here is that the game pre-programmed Lamar to always be ahead of Franklin. So if at any moment you manage to pass Franklin, Lamar will hit a stratospheric speed. This also happens in other missions, okay? Like I think in Trevor's final mission, Trevor's car can be faster than Franklin's, just so you have an idea. And if you overtake Lamar before he reaches that stratospheric speed, he will end up releasing some dialogues like, wow, how did you pass me already? Or when did that happen? Anyway, it's pretty cool too. Take a look.
You get in front of me.
Your slow ass should be asking why didn't I get here soon?
And after this mini race through the city, Franklin and Lamar meet up after passing under the Union Depository, and then there's always a dialogue there.
Keep up, homie.
Hey, I'll come at you from the shoulders, homie.
if you haven't wrecked either of the two vehicles, neither your vehicle nor Lamar's, which are the ones that generate different dialogues, regardless of whether Franklin arrives first or Lamar arrives first, the dialogue will always be the same, which is the one I'm going to show you.
What you going slow up the road for, dog? Move over so the traffic can flow through.
Whatever, nigga. I'll let something flow through your ass.
Dog, I ain't too sure that joke works, dog.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, the one time.
Be cool, fool. We got the paperwork.
Whatever, you explain that shit. I'll see you at the dealership.
And there's also a difference for when the car is damaged and when the car is not damaged. And there's no difference if you're in front or not. If you arrive with the car damaged there, I already showed what would be there in those two passes, the dialogues that would be when the car is not damaged. If you arrive there with the car all smashed up, but it has to be really wrecked, otherwise the dialogue doesn't happen. If you arrive there with the vehicle all smashed up, Lamar will end up making fun, and Franklin will say that the car was already like that when he got it. Look at that.
That bucket don't look like the whip we picked up.
Existing damages, motherfucker.
Yeah, whatever, homie.
There is another dialogue that you can also make happen, but this one is a little bit more difficult, involving wrecking Lamar's car. So you have to keep hitting Lamar's car several times, and it's kind of tricky because Lamar's car is almost indestructible in this mission. But if you manage to do it, this dialogue will happen just like you're seeing.
Damn! Your boy Yetarian ain't gonna love it too much when he see these motherfuckers.
Man, Simeon's making a lot of money off our hard work. He can pick up the check on this.
Yeah, fuck his bitch ass, man. He a whiny motherfucker anyway. Oh shit, the one time.
Be cool, fool. We got the paperwork.
Whatever, you explain that shit. I'll see you at the...
So beyond all these versions like arriving, not arriving, wrecked car, normal car, and so on, there's another thing here that I tried to do but it didn't work, which is as follows. Instead of me arriving at Lamar by the indicated location, which is usually that part underneath the Union Depository, I went around and tried to come here in front of the Union Depository to see if something different happened. Some different cutscene and such, because these days I had shown in a video of things you didn't know, that in the O'Neill Brothers mission, depending on where you came from, there was a slightly different cutscene. Even by helicopter there was a different cutscene. Unfortunately, that didn't happen in the Franklin and Lamar mission. Simply when you arrive here from the front or something like that, there is no cutscene. You can even shoot Lamar's car and so on, do a bunch of things, and the mission doesn't fail. However, if you stop a little to the side there with Lamar, the cutscene will simply start as if Franklin had just arrived and there was nothing wrong. Anyway, after this part here is when the police arrive. I simply stood here to see if there would be some secret cutscene. I don't know, something like that would happen if you don't immediately flee from the police. But nothing happens, it's just a normal arrest, or the guy shoots at you for thinking you're running away from him. So in the next attempt to do something different, before the wanted level ends, I went straight to Simeon's dealership to see if something else would happen. And what happens is that when you go to Simeon's dealership with the wanted level, the mission fails, which doesn't make much sense since Franklin says at that moment there with Lamar that he has the paperwork and everything, right? And then in theory, upon arriving at the dealership, he would just show the paperwork and everything would be fine. But even so, the mission is considered failed and you have to start over again. So, when you finally manage to escape from the police, you can enter through this part here inside the dealership. What many people don't know is that both entrances of the dealership work, right? Both the one on the left, which is on this street here, and the one on the right, which is the entrance from the other street there on the Ammunition Street. And in both, there will be a little cutscene, like standard, right? Just showing the car entering and everything. After that, automatically the guys Franklin gets out of the car, automatically the person, they get in and go inside the dealership. If you decide not to enter the dealership, like to leave, I don't know, walk outside the dealership or something like that, the cutscene will still play inside the same way as if you had entered the dealership to hear what Simeon is talking about with Jimmy. It may be kind of a game glitch, but it's just a way to make the mission progress as it should. However, when this cutscene ends, the same thing doesn't happen in reverse. For example, if you were to leave the dealership, still the cutscene would throw you inside and make the mission continue. However, here, if you decide not to leave the dealership after this cutscene, the game will not kick you out in any way. And the cool part is that you will be able to hear Simeon negotiating with Jimmy inside the yellow SUV and all. And it's some pretty funny dialogue, until at a certain point Simeon ends up telling you to leave because you kind of have nothing else to do there. But in fact, the mission does not fail. You can stay there, explore the dealership, and listen to the whole conversation without any problem.
Excellent. Now, listen to the quality of the stereo. No, it's too much for you. You need a compact.
Whoa, no way, man. Compact? I'm a high roller. SUV guy? I just need time to think.
This is the problem. Only the weak use their brains. The strong use their balls. You're a time waster. I should charge you for my time. How much I say per month? Double it.
Whoa, hey, I want it, okay? I just don't have much collateral.
We take a cash deposit and your word you can meet the weekly payments.
Weekly? I thought it was monthly payments.
Weekly, monthly, it doesn't matter. You are not a serious customer.
Whoa, I'm serious, bro. Deadly. Church, bro. Just show me where to sign.
You're distracting me, Franklin. Please go.
One thing that a lot of people didn't notice, in fact I had already mentioned it in a similar video, right? That I had never seen any consequences for delivering the damaged car to Simeon or not in this mission. However, after playing here again, I saw that there is indeed a consequence for delivering the damaged car to Simeon. But it doesn't happen in this mission, it happens after this mission. Simeon ends up calling Franklin to invite him to the next mission, right? He talks about the market, how liquidity is crap and so on, and then he calls Franklin for another mission. So what happens? When you deliver the car in the usual way to Simeon, this call will happen here when Simeon calls you for the second mission. But that first mission you had already finished.
Down on.
The market, my boy. Liquidity's a bitch. Get over here so I can give you the new repo list.
All right, dog. I'll be around when I get a chance.
However, if you completely wreck the car at that level where Lamar laughed in the middle of the mission, if you deliver the car all wrecked to Simeon, you'll have another call that Simeon will make to you, asking if the car was already like that when you got it, and Franklin says that it was indeed like that. It's pretty funny. Just take a look.
Hey, what's going down, Simeon?
Franklin, I must ask you, the last car you repossessed, it was in a terrible state. Was that how you found it?
Yeah, man. The dude wrecked it.
That's all I need to know for the insurance man. Come to the dealership. I have something to show you.
Man, that phone call thing is really cool. Even crazier than that is finding out there's a kind of secret way to finish the prologue mission with Trevor, where Trevor ends up with a backpack on his back, that's the backpack with money, and still masked as if he were inside the bank, like this part you guys are seeing. Seriously, this is in the game. If you want to see that, it's part 1, which is all the possibilities of the prologue. Click here next to the yellow arrow. You're gonna love it. Trust me, this video turned out really good. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until the next video then, take care and peace out.